forced into a midfield reshuffle with Codrea suspended and Vergassola injured. In came Genevieve and Ekdal. Udinese coach Pasquale Marino surprisingly dropped playmaker Gaetano D'Agostino and replaced him with former Chievo workhorse Paolo Sammarco. Well, Siena moved off the bottom of the table by beating Catania last week, but that was only their second league win of the campaign, and they remain in big trouble. But it is 7 months since Udinese won away from home when they beat Lazio in May. That dismal record is the main reason they started the weekend in 14th place, hovering above the relegation zone instead of chasing a European spot. Well, Siena, for the most part, bossed what was a rather dull first half. Taking control of the midfield, despite the absence of playmaker Codrea and the captain Vergassola, they managed to get a real grip in that central third. Udinese with a long list of injury problems themselves, notably the absence of Antonio Di Natale to spark life into their attack, as well as the Italian right-sided player Simone Pepe. Highlights of the first half give you some indication as to what a depressing game it was in those opening 45 minutes. But it did improve after the break, with Alberto Malazzani having clearly given his side a real kick up the backside. Macaroni came out, moving around, mobile, always prepared to run at players and unleashing this superb right-footed shot, which Samir Handanovic does brilliantly to turn over the bar. Macaroni was involved in most of Siena's best work, but this one was another piece of brilliance from Handanovic. Fine strike from distance, and Handanovic plunging away to his right, getting his hand to the ball, but he was unable in the 66th minute to do anything about a quite marvellous goal from Massimo Macaroni, curling it beyond him and into the far corner to send the home fans into delirium. It was the 30-year-old striker's 5th goal of this Serie A season, managed 9 last season, and if he can come up with another 6 or 8 before the end of the campaign, it just might be enough to help Siena stave off the threat of relegation. An absolutely brilliant strike, one of the best of his career, he admitted afterwards. Well, a little belatedly, Udinese coach Marino brought on D'Agostino, and finally the away side started to enjoy a little bit of possession in the midfield area. They almost went 2-0 down, however. Offside flag rescued them, as did Handanovic. You can see 3, if not 4, Siena players offside when the ball is played back in. And with Udinese pushing forward to search for an equalising goal, their defence began to get a little bit stretched, and Siena, organised and well drilled, started to take advantage on the counter-attack, although this shot was placed well wide. Genevieve. Well, just as Udinese were showing signs that they might be able to conjure up an equaliser, there was to be a hammer blow for them, as the rain started to really pour down on the players and the minutes ticked away. The counter-attacking skills of Siena again to the fore. Macaroni with the cross in, and Guazzel, the Algerian international, perhaps should have done better. But Guazzel was to provide the real sting in the tail as far as Udinese were concerned, but not before they had wasted a decent half chance of their own. Floro Flores winning the second ball after Corradi won the first aerial challenge. The ball bouncing wide, and with Udinese committed to the attack, the old Route 1 was the undoing of them. Guazzel chasing Handanovic, perhaps a little hasty to come off his line so quickly. And the French-born Algerian international had just his 2nd goal of the Serie A season. He's played quite well, endeared himself to the Siena fans. Powerful, bustling striker. And that was a very, very good finish. A teammate in an obviously offside position, but quite rightly, the play allowed to continue. Guazzel was not offside, and Siena led 2-0. That came in the last minute of the 90. Well, there was still time for Udinese to give themselves a little whisper of hope, and it was the substitute D'Agostino who clearly felt he had a point to prove, keeping his calm and volleying well home with his right foot. First goal of this Serie A season, believe it or not, for D'Agostino, who managed 11 last season. Form that prompted him to receive a couple of Italy caps. Still an outside bet for a place in Italy's World Cup squad, but it was too late for Udinese to rescue the situation. Their miserable away run continues.
This is a great show of faith from my players. I want to